Hi! This is not a fortress of my own books behind me. That would be weird. Today I will answer 3 questions. Not 1, not 2, but 3 of the delectable death questions that plague your brain and keep you up in the night. But before we begin, I'm going on tour. This book, which now grows from my very flesh, is out in paperback October 9th. I will be in Los Angeles, Oakland, Portland, Bismarck, North Dakota. Hell yeah, Bismarck, North Dakota. Salt Lake City, Madison, and Springfield, Missouri. What about the East Coast? Don't you usually go to the East Coast? No one wanted me on the East Coast. All right, to begin, roll that beautiful bean footage.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Am I losing my mind? Maybe? Book portraits. Question, what affordable funeral options are out there? What happens when a family can't afford funeral services? So let's be clear, there's a huge difference between funerals and body disposition. Funerals are the ceremony, the cry place, the talkie, the remember time, and those can be 100% free. You know I'm contractually obligated by myself to bring this up, but the home funeral is a great option. It's personal and low cost. If you choose to keep the body at home, you can hire a death doula to help, but you don't have to. People can drop by, share food and memories, and you don't need anyone or anything except maybe some ice if you want the body there for more than 24 hours. As for memorials, a ceremony without the body present, you can have those at a park, at a restaurant, at your house, wherever. Buy some cheap whiskey and some donuts and boom, what? It's a memorial. But when people say low-cost funerals, I think what they usually mean is body disposition, what's happening to the actual corpse. And that's a lot harder to get for little to no money. If you really have no money at all, the government can take control of the dead body, but in most cases, that body is lost to you from then on out. The government will cremate or bury the body, but it's in a pauper's grave, essentially unmarked. It's not like they just give you the urn with the ashes back or bury your mom in a beautiful cemetery to come visit. No, it doesn't work like that. Should it? Yeah. Does it? No. Government wants to get paid. So, and this is not the case in every country, but for the most part, funerals are connected to a private business. So you have to treat funeral directors and funeral homes like you're buying a car. Learn your prices in advance if you know someone's dying. When you contact a funeral home, either over the phone or in person, by law, they have to disclose their prices. If they won't, or say something like, we'll call you back with prices, just take your business elsewhere. It's me hanging up. There should be no mystery over cost. The only mystery is death itself. We know this, I've done videos on this. Direct cremation is the lowest cost option. So say you're calling around town and the lowest cost direct cremation is $900. Great, that's what you're planning for and saving for. If you need to be buried because of religion, preference, or whatever, green burial is a great lower cost option. No embalming required, no casket required. All you really need to pay for is the burial and land itself. But if you do want an embalmed traditional burial, did you know you can buy your casket elsewhere and send it to the funeral home, online, or even at Costco? 300 rolls of toilet paper and a casket, one trip. Body donation to science or medical school can be next to free, but there are so many reasons they might reject the body when the time comes. So even if that's what you want, have your heart set on, have the money set aside for a backup plan. The best thing I can tell you to do, if at all possible, is to decide on a funeral budget, do your best to save for it, and then stick to it. Okay, time for a less dire question. Did Victorians make metal mummies? Metal mummies! No. But they sure wanted to. As I'm sure you all know by now, the Victorians were really into all the things they could do with corpses. One of the things they thought about doing was plating their corpses in copper, thus creating metal corpse ornaments that they could display in their homes. Why have a portrait of Uncle Tobias when you can just have Tobias? The process was called electroplating and seems to have been first patented in 1857 by Eugene Nouvillier of France, but was popularized by his fellow countryman Dr. Varlot in the late 19th century. We couldn't find Dr. Varlot's first name, so I'm assuming it was just Doctor. Electroplating went on to have a few more patents, one held by Dr. Thomas Holmes, the father of American embalming, and another held as late as 1934. Essentially, the process would have involved applying nitrate of silver to either a wax-covered or non-wax-covered corpse, electroplater's choice, and then immersing that corpse in a sort of electrified copper soak, which would deposit copper all over the skin, resulting in a, quote, brilliant red copper finish of exceptional strength and durability, or a metallic mummy. Metal mummy! Alas, there is no proof that electroplating a corpse was ever successful. Even those freaky Victorians were dubious, with one author writing that if electroplating were to be carried out, that, quote,
lineaments of the beloved deceased would be covered with metallic warts, especially on the prominent parts, such as the end of the nose.
Oh, end of the nose. I see what prominent part. Okay, yeah, I get it. Sorry, deathlings, no metal mummies. Yet. Metal mummy! Last question, so many of you have asked, does a corpse flower actually smell like a corpse? Well, we sent out a plucky correspondent to find out. And by plucky correspondent, I mean forensic pathologist Dr. Judy Melinek, who has performed over 3,000 autopsies, so she knows what a corpse smells like. She visited a corpse flower at the Conservatory of Flowers in San Francisco to give us the scoop on the stink. First, some facts. Fact 1, the corpse flower's official Latin name is Amorphophallus titanium, which breaks down to amorphos, without form, phallos, penis, and titanium, giant. Its Latin name is giant formless penis. I'm not making that up. Fact 2, corpse flowers don't bloom every year. It can take years, and when it does bloom, it only blooms for 24 to 48 hours. Fact 3, the molecules responsible for the flower's stench are primarily dimethyl trisulfide, found in Limburger cheese, isoloveric acid, which is responsible for that sweaty sock stink, and trimethylamine, the molecule responsible for that rotting flesh smell. When it blooms, the flower actually heats up to temperatures as high as 98 degrees Fahrenheit, and that heat helps disseminate the scent. Fact 4, the corpse flower mimics the scent of decay so that insects are attracted to it. Corpse-loving bugs fly into the deepest part of the plant, get pollen stuck on them, and then fly off on their pollinating way. Alright, but the big question is, of course, does the corpse flower actually smell like a human corpse? According to Dr. Judy, not quite. To Judy's nose, it was less like the smell of a decaying human corpse and more like the smell of a rotting fish. So, still a corpse, just a fish corpse. While the flower has odor compounds in common with a decomposing corpse, it's missing specific compounds unique to humans like cadaverine and scatol. Thanks, Dr. Judy, for your expertise and for sticking your face into a putrid plant. So there you have it, deathlings. Yet another good old-fashioned Ask a Mortician. Who says you can't get what you want? Keep those questions coming. I'll do my best to keep answering them, for I'm nothing without you. Without you, this channel wouldn't be Ask a Mortician. It would just be ellipses, a mortician. So thank you. This video was made with generous donations from death enthusiasts just like you. I will be in Los Angeles. What dog? Where's that dog? She'll have to die. There's no other option. What to do about this dog? The sounds of the night in Los Angeles. The dogs are barking, the horns are honking. That would be weird.